Hello, Cancer. What is good with you? How are you doing? Let's go ahead and get some mid-month messages on the table for y'all here today, okay? Basically, what I'm doing is I'm looking for changed timelines because in my readings, I like to give advice. My personal opinion is that the advice is the most important part of the whole reading. And if you take the advice collectively, that has the potential to change your timeline. Look, in 2023, it's time that we wake up and realize that we're way too powerful than to sit around and wait and see what future is just going to happen to you. It's time we start creating our future. All right, for those of you who would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, please check the description box of this video. And for those of you who didn't catch the memo, I've added a new course to my School of Self-Mastery. Of course, most of you know about my tarot reading course for $11.11, but I've also added a new one, How to Attract Your Life Partner Explained Energetically. Because the last time I checked, I haven't seen anybody on the internet explaining how to attract your life partner strictly from a perspective of energy, frequency, and vibration. I could be wrong. They may be out there, but I haven't seen them. Anyway, if you're interested in that, that's also on my website, which is in the description of the video. Okay, let's jump into this. I'm starting these off with the person from the past. Person from the past. What's happening generally between Cancer and the person from the past? What's happening generally here? Let's see. Boom. Some of you dealing with a Libra. Hang on. That's the Justice card there. You know what? Justice will be served, but that doesn't mean that they're learning their lesson. Matter of fact, in a weird, crazy way, I feel like this is going to be a big lesson for you, because I feel like there's a lot of you wondering if justice is going to be served for what was done to you. You were done wrong. Some of you were cheated on, lied to, whatever it was, you're hoping that justice will be served. And I feel like in a way it is. They are getting what they deserve. But they're still not learning the lesson. That's one of the reasons why we got to let go of that energy. We got to let go of that energy, man. I'm telling you. The overwhelming majority of the time. Well, first of all, let me explain it to you like this. If somebody does you wrong, and then very shortly after that, something bad happens to that person, or maybe the same exact thing happens to that person that they did to you, that's not them being punished. I know we would love to think that it is, but it's not. What's actually happening is they manifested that. So we look at it from a perspective of you need to be punished for what you did to me. Well, let's say that somebody cheats on you, they broke your heart, then they go off and they get cheated on. The last thing on their mind is, I'm getting what I deserve for what I did to you. That's not what they're thinking. Now they should. That's what they should be thinking. But probably a good 90% of the time, that's not what they're thinking. But I'm thinking that what this person puts you through, that's what they're going through. That's what they're going through. But I don't think they're actually learning the lesson. I don't think so. This is weird. I didn't expect this. Yeah, they're not learning the lesson. But you're getting off the karmic wheel, though, because see, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card here, you're actually successfully letting this go and moving on from it. Mm-hmm. Before I forget, the signs I have on the table are Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus. Okay. Let's look deeper at this person's energy. Let's look a little bit deeper at their energy, their feelings, their intentions. Let's see. What's this person's energy really look like? How do they feel about you? At the deepest of levels. See, King of Pentacles. I told you. Told you. They don't even think they did anything wrong, honestly, at the end of the day. Now, I know there's at least one of you out there. I know that's not going to be very many, but I have to say this anyway. There's at least one of you out there who has had this person attempt to apologize. Now, there is a big difference between being sorry for what you did and being sorry that you had to suffer a consequence. Big difference. Big difference. So for the few of you who receive an apology from this person, they're not apologizing for what they did to you. They're apologizing because they had to suffer a consequence. Think about that. If they didn't have to suffer a consequence, they wouldn't care what they did to you or what they put you through. Yeah, they know it's pretty much done and over with, though. They do. They know it's pretty much done and over with. All they wanted to do was jump into a new relationship as soon as possible. I don't think they really want you to know the full extent of what they've been going through, though. Some of you may find out through the grapevine, is what I'm feeling here. I don't know if you hear rumors or if you just through the grapevine, you hear that, oh, the person from the past, they went off. The person that they left you for left them for somebody, The person they cheated on you with cheated on them. You see that happen all the time. Matter of fact, from what I've witnessed and what I've observed, the majority of the time, that's what happens. That's what happens. Somebody cheats on you, then the next relationship they get into, most of the time they get cheated on back. But do they ever think I'm getting what I deserve? Very rarely. I'm not saying never. Some people out there have an open enough mind and they're honest enough with themselves to where they're like, well, I deserve that. But very frequently, I'd say probably 75% of the time, they ain't thinking about what they did to you. No. And that's kind of where I'm feeling like this person is. Now, at the deepest level, do they realize they screwed up? Yes. Do they realize they made a mistake? Yes. They realize they made a mistake, but they're not empathizing with what they put you through, which is a very big difference. Because you can sit and be like, man, I fucked up. But it's coming from a different place whenever you feel the feelings of what you did to somebody else. It's like, man, that must have hurt that person so bad when I did that. Damn, man, I can't believe I made somebody feel like that. But it's totally different when you don't really give a shit how they felt. All you're worried about is the bad thing that's happening to you. Oh, if I hadn't have done that, I could still be in a relationship. I wouldn't be lonely right now. I don't think they're sorry for what they did. I don't think they're empathizing with how they made you feel. I think they're sorry because they had to suffer a consequence. That's all there is to it. Well, this is there's something missing here in this. Let me see the outcome of the situation. Are you all having a conversation? Is a conversation happening between Cancer and the past person? What's happening here? That's what I'm not getting. It's not telling me what's happening. Okay, 4 of Swords. It's split down the middle. It's split down the middle. I do think that a lot of you, though, are going to end up having a conversation with this person. A lot of you are, but you're still choosing to abandon this and move on, as hard as it may be, with the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. You just don't want that toxicity, because something deep, deep down in your heart is telling you that you know that they're not empathizing with how they made you feel. You know that. Like, you just know that. You're not sorry for how you made me feel and what you did to me. You're sorry that now you have to suffer a consequence. And you just know that. You can feel it. You may not be able to like articulate that verbatim as a conscious thought, but you feel it at a deep level. So I feel like a lot of you are actually still in love with this person, and this is a hard decision for you to make. Maybe not all of you, but a good number of you still have a very special place in your heart for this person, but you just know. And look, it takes quite a bit of strength for a water sign to override their emotions. It takes a lot of strength for that. So you're swimming to the surface and getting some air so you can think straight, and you know what needs to be done because you have too much respect for yourself. Any advice? I don't think it needs advice, but let's go ahead and pull a little bit of advice. Let's see. Any advice for Cancer? The High Priestess reverse. Just don't battle with your intuition. You know, at the deepest level, the deepest level, this person's more concerned about themselves than they are you. It's not about how you feel, it's about how they feel. They don't care that they hurt you. All they care about is the mistake that they made ended up resulting in their life being fucked up. That's all they really care about. Ooh, you go on a healing journey from this. If you can manage to go on a healing journey and make it all the way through, the next person coming in is going to make you look back at this person and laugh. The next person coming in, you're going to be looking back at this person laughing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I was crying over that person back then. You're going to be thanking the universe. Thank you, universe, for giving me the strength to do what I knew needed to be done. Thank you for letting that person cheat on me so I could get away from them. Thank you for having that person leave me for somebody else. Thank you. I wouldn't be with this person right now. But also, too, emotional independence. Work on maintaining that emotional independence. Emotional independence does not mean that you have to go be alone. Emotional independence means that you're not afraid of being alone. And that's a big difference. It's a vibrational state. It means I take 100% responsibility and accountability for my emotional state. If I'm sad, lonely, and empty, that's my responsibility primarily to figure out how to climb up out of that emotional state. I do not depend on another person to show up in my life and distract me from whatever bad feelings I have going on inside. I do not depend on another person to create my happiness for me. See what I'm saying? All right. Let's look at who's coming in next. What soul contract is due to come in to Cancer's life next? Man, I'm getting tired of this damn card. I'm putting this back in the deck. It is telling me that it may not be time for that door to open right now, though. Hang on. Hang on. Do. Boom. Yep, Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. Hang on. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah, a lot of you are, like I said, a lot of you are still healing right now. Yep. Oh, there it is again, baby. There it is again, like I said. Now, that's so funny that the Gemini card came out here because this same message came through for Gemini. Some of you have a Gemini headed your way because the same damn thing came out for Gemini. And this is the Gemini card. Isn't that weird how that happens that way? The next connection coming in is going to require you, not just suggest, require you to be in a very solid state of integrity, emotional and psychological integrity. Because when these kinds of connections, see, these ain't just little bullshit connections. Okay, because you have the Two of Cups here too. This isn't just simply a Two of Cups connection. Two of Cups doesn't really necessarily indicate the intensity of the connection or the emotions and whatnot. Two of Cups just means two people coming together. That's all it really means. This is not one of those connections that, oh, we come together, we're talking, and it's not working out. Okay, well, it was a good time. You go that way, I go this way, and then you forget about them in a few days. Oh, no. Oh, no, not these. These are those connections that come in, flip your life upside down, inside out, and have you questioning everything you thought you knew about yourself. These are those connections that I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a damn what your sign is. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how many defense mechanisms you have built. I don't care if you have a wall and an army surrounding and guarding your heart. You do not underestimate these connections. Oh no. So if you're not in a really solid state of psychological and emotional integrity, you'll lose your fucking head. Because these kind of connections, they bring out everything deep, deep, deep down inside of you that you've been burying and suppressing your whole life. This will trigger old childhood trauma, any old heartbreak that you've buried and forgot about, any insecurities that you may be hiding down there. Oh, this will trigger that shit real quick. And anything that's buried down there will come bubbling up to the surface. So this person could be very financially successful. The two of you may have the potential to be a power couple with the King and Queen of Pentacles here. I think for a lot of you, it's going to be a power couple. Like maybe they have a business and you could end up being a part of that, running it with them. Or maybe if you have a business, you know, whatever it is, I just feel like the two of you are going to be like a power couple. And if you want to be a power couple relationship, that is a whole different dynamic. That is not like your typical run-of-the-mill relationship. Oh no. Two people who come together and they both have day jobs. In order for two people to build and run a business together, that is a relationship that is a totally different dynamic than anything that you've ever been in if you've never done it before. And again, it's going to require you to be on your shit. It's going to require them to be on their shit. Self-employed, running a business together, y'all live together and work together. Totally different dynamic. That's a good thing, though. Let's see this person's feelings and intentions. See, they're going through the same thing you're going through right now. Yep. They're going through the same thing you're going through right now. They're going through a healing journey all on their own. Ooh, High Priestess, though. Okay. Okay. Yep. There's that King of Pentacles again. This person's all about their money, all about their finance. They ain't playing no games. They're a little bit emotionally immature, though. Ooh, here they are again. Look, twice in a row, baby. King and Queen of Pentacles. I think they want a power couple relationship. You know, I think that's what they're wanting. That's like a goal that they would love to have for the future, is to be able to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't just use them for what they have, but helps add to what they have. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a woman dealing with a man. I know that's a very hot topic on the internet today. Gold diggers and whatnot. Maybe they've dealt with a gold digger in the past and they don't want another person who's just going to come along and use them for what they have. But they want somebody that can come in and add to what they have and build with them, you know? So, like if they already have a business, maybe they could make you the manager, or maybe you could start your own little business and connect it to it or something like that, so that the two of you are building something that is one unit together. I think they really want to be in a power couple relationship. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, King and Queen of Pentacles. That's what I'm feeling like. They also want somebody who is emotionally mature. They've dealt with a lot of emotionally immature people in the past. And also another thing about this person is they're not afraid of being alone if they have to be. I'm not seeing bad intentions though, but for the Four of Wands in the reverse to come out twice in a row. Yeah, both of you are still going through a period of gestation and changes in which you will be in vibrational alignment as soon as the two of you come out of that period. Does that make sense? Well, let's get the advice for this, because that was a little bit deeper and more convoluted than I thought it was going to be. What's the advice for this? What's the advice? Dude, Queen of Pentacles again. Okay, so with the Tower card here, anything from the past. Okay. For those of you holding on to anything from the past, got to let it go. Any connections or relationships that you're clinging to for dear life right now that you know will crumble to the ground if you step back and let it go, step back and let it go. In order to move up and get on the path that's going towards the trajectory that aligns with your highest good, you will. Not you might. Not you could. You will be required to let go of people, things, places, situations, scenarios, relationships that do not align with the vibration that you're going to. Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I know maybe not everybody is interested in a power couple relationship, but for some reason, it just feels like the Cancers that need to hear this reading, that's what's coming, especially where we're headed collectively. You know, the new financial system that we're going to be moving into isn't going to be what we're used to. So there's going to be a lot more self-sufficient, self-employed people, a lot more. So we need to be able to call upon different aspects of ourselves. We need to be able, with the person that we're with, to be able to call upon the professional side of myself, to call upon the loving side of myself. You know, we need to be able to have these multiple aspects of ourselves that we call upon when needed. And we need to be aligned with our own highest good. And we got to let go of any old childish drama, you know, no childish drama, especially if you have anyone in your life right now that's just drama. I don't care who it is. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. your brother, your sister. I don't care who it is. If there's anybody in your life right now that's nothing but drama, let them go. Release and let go of them. Release and let go. You really want to make it up to the next level, you're going to have to let go of anything that does not vibrationally align to where you're wanting to go. It's going to happen. Sorry. Trust me, I've been on this path for 7 years now. Believe me, you can't manipulate it. You can't outsmart it. You can't bargain with it. You can't reason with it. Trust me, I've tried it all. You can't. You cannot. It's an immutable universal law. If there's somebody that you're attached to right now who does not vibrationally align with where you're wanting to go, you either A, let them go, or B, stay right where you're at. And that's all there is to it. Period. That's not Rich Lopp's opinion. That is an immutable universal law. So whenever you feel somebody being pulled away from you, let them go. All right. General messages, general career, finance, friends, family, anything but romance. General messages. Ooh, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, I haven't got that one in a while. Okay. Some of you have probably heard me give this advice before, but it's been a while. Okay. Ooh, and the Tower card right there with it. Beautiful. The universe never, ever lets you know why it's doing what it's doing until after it's done. Especially, see, you have to understand the overwhelming majority of us are wanting to make a big, huge change in our life, a big, huge one. Something that is completely unlike anything we've experienced before. Now, in order to make a change like that happen, we're not going to be able to logically figure that process out. Okay? If we could, we would have done it a long time ago. So a lot of times, things have to get cleared out of your life to clear your path. Relationships have to come to an end. Jobs have to come to an end. You know, like sometimes bad things have to happen that aren't actually bad. They're not actually bad. They're happening to clear your path to make way for something better. But it seems like a bad thing that's happening while you're in the middle of it. So what I'm getting right now is for those of you who either are dealing with or have been dealing with a situation that's very, very painful, very hurtful, very traumatic, there's a big reason why it happened. A big reason why it happened. And it's not going to reveal itself to you until after it's done. The reason why the universe does that is because if we knew, we would sabotage the path. We would sabotage the path because the universe has a way of putting you on a path that you would not normally find if left to your own devices. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, whether it's a breakup, whether it's, I don't know, a loss of a job, maybe if you had a car accident and totaled your car and now you're having to ride the bus for the next 6 months until you can afford a down payment for a new car, whatever it is that's happening, there is a big reason why it's happening, and the universe is not going to let you know. Universe won't even let me know so that I can tell you. There are some things that the universe will not let you know. You can go to the most world famous, world renowned psychic. The universe won't tell that person why it's happening. So that's what you're going through right now. For those of you going through something hard with this Ten of Swords and the Tower. So I'm also getting a piece of advice in here with it, which is kind of weird. That doesn't normally happen that way. But don't be so quick to judge why you're going through what you're going through, because there's a much bigger reason behind why it happened. Okay, that's weird. Haven't gotten that one in a while. Well, let's go ahead and get a full advice spread. A full general advice spread. Just random advice. Whatever advice Cancer needs to hear the most. Ooh. I mean, we already talked about this, though. Learn to identify when a soul contract is complete. Now, usually whenever we talk about something like this, we always tend to think romance. But no, it's not just romance. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's your best friend from high school. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Learn to identify when a soul contract is complete. And usually, very typically, tell me if this has happened to you before. You have somebody in your life who's very close to you, or pretty close. Everything's going great. Everything's going good. Then all of a sudden, you wake up one day and the energy's different. Something feels off. Something feels weird. And it usually triggers your defenses. You're like, what's going on with you? What are you scheming? What are you planning? What are you hiding? You know? And we all have our good days and our bad days. But what I'm talking about right now isn't just a day or two. Like, you wake up one day, the energy's different. And that weird vibrational mismatch, that uncomfortable feeling, gets heavier and heavier and heavier, to where just the thought of this person makes you so uncomfortable because you can't figure out what's going wrong with them. Can't figure out what's going on with them. Well, what happened was your all soul contract was complete. It was complete. Whatever it was that you all agreed to come together, whatever mission that the two of you agreed to come together and accomplish together, you did it successfully. If you look at the average person, look at their life from birth to death, how many people, just in total, would you assume come and go out of that person's life from birth to death? A bunch. So, of that big old bunch of people that came and went out of that person's life, how many of them do you think were supposed to be there permanently? Very fucking few, if any. Maybe one or two. Maybe a teeny little handful of them. Very few. The overwhelming majority of soul connections and soul contracts that we have in this life were meant to be temporary. So whenever I get to this stage of my life, now it's time for you to come in. We do whatever it was we agreed to come together and do. And then once we do that successfully, the energy is going to change between the two of us. That's the universe saying, okay, all right, y'all are done now. So it's pulling the two of you apart. But we never listen to it, do we? We almost never listen to it. We ignore it. We stuff it under the rug. Now I'm going to make it happen this way. Nope, this is happening my way. And then it gets heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier until the universe has to kick the tower over on the two of you. So here's a good little way. This isn't the end all be all, but this is something I came up with in my life. if I'm ever unsure about a situation or a relationship or whatever the case may be, sometimes I'll ask myself, okay, what would happen if I just step back and let go? What would happen? This person that's a part of my life right now, what would happen if I just stopped texting them? What would happen? If I step back and let go and you just drift away from me, bye. Deuces. Later. That's all there is to it. Well, what about a job? How about a job? Should I stay at this job or should I go to another one? Again, this isn't the end all be all, but if you ask yourself this question, it'll answer a lot. What would happen if I just didn't show up for work one day? What would happen? What would happen? Would my boss be calling me, begging me, please come in, please come in. I'll give you a 50-cent raise. Please come in. Don't quit. Or would they be like, well, they're absent. All right, well, fuck them. Let's go find somebody new. Let's go through applications, find somebody new. Fuck them. They didn't show up today. If you would just replace me like that and not really give two diddly shits about my existence, maybe it's time for me to find another job. Again, that's not the end all be all, but a lot of times that's come up in my life, and that's been very helpful in me determining how to handle certain situations. So anyway, I feel like those were the messages that my Cancerian friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all so much for tuning in and playing along once again. I greatly appreciate all of the love, support, and positive feedback y'all still be showing me every time I get on here and do this. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. Purchase my tarot reading course for $11.11. Also, I have a new course on there, How to Attract Your Life Partner, explained energetically. That's only $19.95. All of that is on my website, tarotwithrich.com, and that is in the description of this video. All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Y'all stay blessed.